Jib 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 jib.
Sick. And we're live.
Hello.
Hello. Conversations with the Rhineharts,
We're the Rhineharts
including Hazel
and Reese
and Ashley.
and River.
She'll make an appearance at some point. You
I'm
can't see
sure.
her now, but she knows the camera's rolling. She's just waiting for the most dramatic time to step in.
That's how she be doing it.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What's new with you? I played my game.
I watered the plants
Nice.
just now.
Some exciting stuff we got going on.
I'm telling you. I have kind of a hyperfixation recently on trying to make the house just
Whatever that means.
a little bit better. I have had this hyperfixation on and off.
You've had it on and off, yeah?
But specifically,
Let's see
I have had it recently. So,
What have you done to make the house better?
well, I wanted to do the entrance a little bit differently because we don't have like an entryway. We just have like a door that goes into our living room because we're a normal American, family. There's nothing fancy going on. And so I reorganized the furniture over there to make it seem more cohesive. Unless like you're walking into a tunnel, and it makes the room feel bigger, and it's just like the chi is moving a little bit more in here, the energy.
Yeah.
Not to say that I feng shuied it, but it does feel like the shui is funked. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree that it makes the room feel bigger.
Yeah. I reorganized. Reese and I are dinks right now, double income, no kids. And so we have a 3-bedroom home. And
All for us.
yeah. So we have 1 bedroom. It does not have a closet. That's on the list of to-do things. So technically it's a den. So we live in the den. And we're going to add a closet to it.
Someday.
Like there's
If we're lucky.
yeah, there's legal windows in there, so it technically, whatever, but there's no anyway, it doesn't really matter.
In case of egress, you have to have windows per fire code, I'm pretty sure, right?
And we have 1 window and we both can fit out of it.
Yeah. I've climbed through the window in the bedroom, so I've broken into my own house. That's what happens when you don't have a key. 'Cause you're forgetful. Anyway, more about your,
I've broken into my parents' house several times too,
yeah.
because I've forgotten keys or locked myself out
Who
of their
hasn't?
house.
Who hasn't broken into their own house?
Specifically just their house.
Yeah.
Like, not just the one that they had in Eastern Oregon, but also the one they had in California.
You didn't learn your lesson.
No.
How to do it again.
I locked myself out of my parents' house in Eastern Oregon, wearing nothing but a robe.
Styling and profiling.
Yeah. I broke a nail getting back in, so that was super fun and cool. But anyway, so we both have one of the actual bedrooms before the add-on of this house that happened before we moved, because we live in the add-on too. But both of us have like a bedroom. Let's be honest, my bedroom's holding your crash pads and our day packs.
Yeah.
And then your bedroom, your bedroom you have some formal wear in there for you. I took all my stuff out, I think. And then you have your just 1 drum set, but it's your big drum set. And then you have your desk, chair, a bookcase, and then your bow stuff and fishing stuff. Your lures are in my room, actually. You took them back out?
My fishing stuff is all in that room. Yeah. Keep it all in there for easy access.
Oh, I
So
thought
can
you
go
had
get
some
these
stuff.
fucking fish.
Oh, well, whatever.
I don't catch fish. I fish a lot. I don't catch things.
And in my room, I have, because I also have a lot of hobbies, I have like 2 IKEA cube situations. No, I just have one because the other one's in the dining room. My bad.
Yep.
And then I have a desk. I have my chair, which we talked about last episode. And then I have a bookcase. And then I have all my yoga shit in there. And then I have some exercise stuff.
We have way too much shit.
Yeah. Still haven't gone through our stuff. Don't worry. But I did go through, I want to say Friday. This past Friday, I went through all of there, and I went and cleaned. Maybe it was last night, but I cleaned it up a lot. You know, I'm getting rid of one of my extra yoga mats because I'm a hoarder. And when I upgraded to a Manduka, I didn't throw away or give away the yoga mat that I have that's pilling. Because I bought it for $5 from like a Marshall's.
And I'll keep it till I die.
Yeah. Like 15 years ago, I bought this yoga mat. I'm just sitting here like, I will, not 15, but like 8 years ago. And I'm like, I will keep this until I die, like you said. Like I had a yoga instructor once that said that they use old yoga mats. They cut them up and then use them to put like planters on.
Why?
I don't know. I think it was so it didn't mess up her rugs and her carpets.
Interesting.
I don't know. Anyway.
Sounds like some hippie shit.
Yeah, well, to be perfectly honest.
She was a hippie.
So I just am like, oh, I'll figure it out. Anyway, so I reorganized that room and I have a bunch of space, so much space for activities. Because the room I have is also our access to our attic, which is where we store our seasonal decor.
And my old military stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it.
Yep.
It's basically where we put shit that we don't ever want to see.
Yeah. I also went through and got rid of some books. I'm slowly kind of going through things, trying to make space, trying to make things a little bit more. Like, I'm all about shelving and throwing shit up on the wall, but as far as things touching the ground, it disgusts me and I hate it.
Why? What is it?
It just looks cluttery. It just looks like clutter. It looks messy. Whereas, like, if things are, like, I love having art on the wall. I love having like gallery walls. I love having little shelves and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't like just like tchotchkes and trinkets sitting on like coffee tables and stuff like that. I just don't think it's not my vibe. It's other people's vibes for sure, but
it's some grandma's vibes.
Well, just like well, you've seen the way my mom has her house.
Yeah, I've seen it. No
shade to my mom, because her house is cute and like whatever, but it's just she has so much stuff, and she's like, you know, she's accumulated it throughout her life, so most of it's pretty nostalgic. But I just like, I'm not nostalgic towards anything like she is, and she's I don't know. All that to say, yes, trying to go through and figure out some stuff. I go through phases. The last time I went through this kind of a phase, I got this paper towel holder that's a magnet that also has a shelf. So it's sitting on our refrigerator. This is top tier content, me talking about our house.
How our house is organized.
It's not though. It's like, you know,
well,
it's a work in progress.
We could talk about something else.
Well, I just got some baskets today for the coffee and smoothie bar that we also have in our kitchen, our small kitchen.
It's really just where our coffee makers are.
Yeah. But I got some baskets that actually fit the area a little bit nicer. So I just, before we started all this up, I did that.
You have an affinity for baskets.
I love baskets.
In your room, you just have a wall with baskets just hanging on it.
Well, you can thank Pinterest for that.
Thanks.
I do have some pretty sick baskets though. In our bedroom I have some palm fans, which I can steal and put them in my room if you don't like them, but
I don't care.
I love them.
Why do you love them?
I just think that they're so beautiful and, they're handmade. Someone wove them. I think.
What makes you say they're handmade?
So it's like this. Certain things cannot be made by machine.
Okay.
So one of the things that people cannot do by machine is crocheting. Crocheting cannot be mimicked by a machine. Knitting can.
Not yet.
Oh, sure. I do not think that wicker baskets can necessarily be made by a machine. Someone can correct me. That and macrame.
Feel free to correct her. I don't really know. So there's not robots out there that can tie knots for macrame.
On like a big machine level? No, I think they have like tiny children doing it in like Sri Lanka or something.
Nice, dude. Kids are way better at that stuff.
They've
Probably
got the
than
small
robots.
small hands.
Yeah, tiny little fingers.
They're teachable.
Just endorsing child slavery. Sometimes they get paid, I guess. So really it's just like cheap labor.
Anyway, all that to say, I don't buy new stuff a lot.
I buy used stuff a lot.
I do.
It's totally different.
I do. It is different.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not making fun of you. I have so much shit. My stuff's in your room. That's how much shit I have.
No, and that's, yeah.
I have a lot of hobbies.
Low-key just trying to, like, poke fun at you.
Yeah.
Because we have also so many hobbies between the two of us, and then you have whatever. It doesn't really matter. But we have other hobby stuff in our dining room, which is where the other IKEA cube thing is. All that to say, I'm trying to figure out.
Stuff.
Yeah.
It's recording stuff.
We have a bunch of stuff that we've accumulated throughout our lives. That's not.
It's a real addiction. This stuff.
It is.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to think of ways to like store it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a little bit easier and looks nice. And most of our stuff is kind of like that. But anyway, the entryway. I was trying to figure out something to do with the shoes because everyone has, not everyone, but we have friends who have a shoe cabinet from like IKEA where you like pull it out and it like diagonal folds towards you and you just...
Who has that?
Grant Avery.
Must have forgotten.
Well, she showed me when we were there.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
I was like, oh, yeah, nice.
Fair enough.
It's a girl thing, furniture.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, so I'm constantly just like searching. I Pinterest a lot, which is also the whole basket thing. I just, looks aren't everything, but I feel like having something pretty to look at makes being in an area, being in a space, more enjoyable of an experience.
Can you say that again? Hazel's distracting me.
For everyone in this room and for the folks at home, I just think that having like an organized space is nice, but more so aesthetically. Like having a clean and tidy space isn't necessarily the most important thing in the world. Having a pretty space isn't really important. But for me, being in a space that does aesthetically look nice makes being in that space more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a balance.
And we're in our house a lot.
We live here.
Yeah. So.
Really in it a lot now.
Yeah.
I try to not leave, which is probably not healthy. Every time I go outside, though, I'm like, man, I wish I was
Same.
It's nice here, dude. It's cozy. The dogs are nice.
I was really hankering for a day at the thrift, and I did. I spent a very long time thrifting today.
Yeah, how were the people out there?
They were fine, but by the time that because I went with a friend, and her and I met up around 10, and we thrifted until about 1:30, and then she went home, and then I went to another thrift store. When you're with someone and you're going, then they have to leave, the vibe after that, it just isn't good. I tend to hit a wall at some point thrifting. So it's like the first couple places that I go to.
Shop till you drop.
Yeah.
Literally.
Anyway, I usually kind of get a little tired by the end, and then I get a little bit more like, I don't need to look at this. I don't need to look at this. Meh, whatever. I don't want to dig. But I've been looking for like specific things because I've Pinterest again. Built myself a little board trying to figure out how to make something like that work out for me without over consuming, going to Target and buying a bunch of new stuff. Because that's the devil.
It sounds like Pinterest is
The devil.
Yeah. See something on Pinterest and think, I need that.
Well, it's not about like needing something.
I want that.
And
I'm going to make it happen.
It's the vibe of it. It's not the actual product.
Fair enough.
I have like a clothing board, and a lot of this stuff, it's like you don't need to have the exact piece. It's just the vibe of the outfit. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because I've recreated a bunch of outfits that I've seen, and it's just like you don't have to buy the exact thing that they have. You don't have to go out and consume. It's just like an idea. Because I am an outfit repeater. I am Lizzie McGuire. And sometimes it's nice to just go on and be like, I don't know, try something new. Same with makeup. Let's look at my makeup looks on there.
I'm definitely an outfit repeater. You're always like, do you need anything? And I'm like, nope. And
Get him stuff like, anyway.
These pants have holes in them. This shirt has a hole in it. Your sweater's falling apart.
And I patch it.
Yeah.
My sewing machine has a broken needle on it now, so patching things has come to an all-time halt.
From all the patchwork.
I did break it patching something up.
For me?
No, actually, I was trying to fix one of the girls' pajamas. Because they don't like the footy pajamas, and we had some footy pajamas for them, so I was trying to fix it so they would wear them in. Then the needle broke, yeah. I was, like, pulling tension on a piece of elastic too hard, and it, I don't know my own strength.
I'm like the opposite of King Midas. Everything I touch wears out and breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I have you to patch all my stuff. Or I'd be walking around with my ass out at work. A bad look.
You do be wearing some stuff. And we get a lot. Like, I would say 95% of our wardrobe has come from, like, thrift stores, secondhand or consignment shop or whatever else. And so, you know, when you already get something that's been worn, the life of that item isn't as long as something possibly brand new. So
yeah,
we end up patching our stuff a fair amount. Yeah, I'll just say, especially for you, and no hate, no shade. I don't mean anything negative by it. What I do mean is we tend to get stuff that's a little bit more vintage for you.
Old, worn.
Yeah. He has a thing for fancy 90s short sleeve button-ups.
What do you mean I have a thing for?
You like them.
I never had any till you bought them for me.
Yeah, but you thought they were super cool.
Yeah, but just to be clear, you've bought all of them. I have not bought a single one.
So, and there's a couple from like the 80s. There's like this one silk, like a wash silk blend.
Put a hole in it immediately.
Yeah, like something happened to the pocket. The pocket just like kind of like fell off and was hanging by a thread. And then the entire fabric underneath the pocket, you know, because it's silk, it completely disintegrated. So, patch that. Yeah, I don't know. It's reduce, reuse,
crafty.
recycle.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Try
when the
to-
stuff has patches. I'm like, ooh, I'm so cool. Look at me, my stuff. I put holes in it. I wear it so much. Ooh. I don't know. I think it's cool. Like my jacket, my one down jacket has like 5 holes in it.
We have like little patches
It's
on them.
like, Jesus, it's like 5 years old at this point.
I think that it's funny too because I wash our down jackets like once a year. Because necessary. They get gross too. But washing them, even though it says like how to wash them, how to care for them and everything else like that, since they're down, they just like continuously get a little less warm.
You think?
I think
Is that how that
so.
works?
I feel like because my I have like this North Face jacket that goes, or coat rather, down coat that I got from an old boss. She just gave it to me because I moved to the area. She's like, you don't have anything? I have something that's too big for me. And I was like, sold. So that's how I got my North Face down jacket. But yeah, like whenever I sit or move around, down is coming out of that jacket. So
Get up. Come on, get down with the jacket. Huh, Hazel.
I don't know. Clothing, man.
I feel you, though. Down does fall out of the jackets. I think
Mhm.
that's what makes it, if anything, lose warmth. It's as it loses the down.
That's what I mean. As you like if you wash it, it loses down too.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
You got me there.
I feel like washing something contributes to the disintegration of the item, especially when you have a washing machine and dryer like we do. Our dryer eats zippers,
Yeah.
So
our dryer.
we have to hand dry a lot of
Our
stuff.
dryer is a hungry fella.
And our washing machine has ruined a couple of blouses because it's one of those like agitator middles.
Yeah.
So if it grabs on something and then grabs on something else, then your shirt is just going to be...
It agitates you, all right.
It does agitate me. Well, it's like I like to take care of my stuff and I like to...
Not have it be ripped apart when I'm washing it. What a ridiculous thing to like.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty low energy. Been inside forever. Basically just whack myself in the face with this thing. Basically work all week. I haven't worked in a long time. So I was like, ugh, this is way more tiring. Like, sitting at a computer in your own house doesn't seem like it should tire you out. But it's kind of like sitting in a car.
Yeah.
Because, like, I have to be there. I have to be doing stuff. So I'd finish and be like, oh, I should have all this energy. But really, I would just want to go to sleep immediately. So, I don't know. Kind of feeling a little out of it because of that. And probably because of the weather and not getting any sunlight.
The sun was shining today. Un poquito.
Yeah, doing alright. I don't know. I drew something the other day for the first time in a while. That was cool. I drew some guy's face off of Pinterest, actually.
Bam blam. That Pinterest.
That's what I use Pinterest for. I use it to save all my reference photos. Well, other people's photos that I use for reference.
I have it for style, basically.
Yeah, I have it for different body parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a board that's just people's arms. I
That's
have
awesome.
one that's just legs, one that's hands.
I have
Faces.
I find, what am I trying to say? Like ideas on making stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make any more things.
Okay, so funny story. So I crochet and I macrame and I have made jewelry.
Because you said it was a funny story.
Oh. Well, okay, so anyway, I have all these little just hang on. It's not a really funny story.
Yeah, I figured. I'm listening.
So anyway, I have all these skills, right? And with these skills, you can make things like feet hammocks. for your desk or a basket. Okay.
Hear about these feet hammocks.
I really want one. But anyway, I told you, I was just like, I want to get a foot hammock for my desk because that was an option for your standing desk that you got.
Yeah, it's because I showed you a picture.
I was like, damn, that'd be amazing. I want
one.
that. Because, like, when I sit at a desk, I'm either cross-legged or I want to have my feet up on something. So, for me, I'm just like, yes, that seems amazing. I want to do that. Yes, indeedy. But then you were like, oh, you probably macrame something for that.
Yeah, well, you know, they have like those fruit hammocks.
No, for sure. And I saw one of those. I was like, I've been needing to make one. But then I had a friend today, the one I went thrifting with. I was like, looking at baskets and kind of like hemming and hawing over if I needed one or the other or whatever, any of them. And then she goes, you could always just like crochet one or macrame one, you know?
Nice. She said the same exact thing.
And I was just, and it was so funny because I was
sick of people telling me I could crochet or macrame something.
No, hang on. I had just gotten done talking to her. I was like about my 2 sweater projects that I started basically like one of them I started like last March. Okay, the other one I just started like a couple months ago. And I'm done with the one a couple months ago minus a couple of different, like I have to weave in some threads. But I told her, I was like, oh, I just have to weave in some threads and it'll be done. She was like, okay, so it'll be finished in about 2 years. So she totally gets it too. She's just like, yeah.
Nice.
I think I did. I was just like, yo, I still have to make that sweater within the next 2 years. So
Yeah.
it's going to work out for me.
Well, and some stuff it's like, yeah, I could make it, but buying it would just save me a ton of time.
Especially when it's only $2 to buy.
Yeah.
Used at Goodwill.
I don't know that you need a foot hammock.
I don't need one at all. I just think it'd be nice to have.
I thought it was like a weird option. I was confused. I was like, what? What?
You put your feet up on things all the time.
Doing it right now.
I'm telling you. Just imagine underneath your desk doing that.
Yeah.
It's better ergonomically for your body. I had an acupuncturist tell me one time, if there's an option for you to have your legs out in front of you, you should be doing that. So instead of having your knees bent, because having knees bent it'll shorten your hip flexor muscles and it can cause dysfunction or something like that. Because I was having a lot of
cause
dysfunction.
Me some dysfunction.
Well.
Oh God. Oh Jesus River. What's going on here? What are we doing? What? I thought I was gonna roll you onto your back.
Okay.
We'll just lay like this and Hazel can growl at you.
She's already started.
Your sister's so grumpy sometimes. I'm probably not even in the camera shot. I'm all squished down. Come on, Riv.
Oh. Hazel, just sit down.
Something that's funny about our dogs is if one is up, they don't like to share. They won't be in the same spot.
Unless they're both sleeping.
Yeah, not for really any reason in particular. They just don't like it. So, like, Hazel just had to stand her ground and be like, get the fuck out of here, River. You can't sit on his lap. I'm sitting on her lap.
We're within 2 feet of each other? Absolutely fucking not.
Couldn't tell you why. Sometimes they cuddle and lay together, but...
They spoon.
Yeah, well, and they'll do it, like, on the couch. I'll come out here and they'll be laying down right next to each other, but...
I was doing homework. They were laying underneath my chair, spooning each other. Hello.
Yeah.
Did you get cozy?
I was trying to do that thing where I roll her onto her back over here, but...
You do like to manhandle that dog.
She loves it,
likes
dude.
it, yeah.
I pick her up and I manhandle her, and then she just lays there for like 20 minutes.
Because otherwise she'll like continuously move around.
Yeah.
You gotta like tell her where to lay.
The secret is you have to manhandle her.
That's her trademark.
Yeah. I need to use my Lenny strength. I don't even really manhandle her. I pick her up and lay her down places. But she does, dude. She doesn't know what she needs to get comfortable. Daddy knows, though, huh, Hazel?
Shut your mouth.
It's true.
Okay.
It just sounded inappropriate.
You know, a wink back. Boop, boop. Oh, boy. So anyway, yeah, just trying to make things a little bit easier for us to maneuver around, and I think that the majority of that is just getting rid of the shit we have.
Yeah.
So.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I like all the shit I've accumulated. It all makes me feel good. It's all things I want.
Well, and I'm not saying we have to get rid of our stuff that we like for hobbies. I think hobbies are like one of the good reasons to enjoy life, you know?
For sure.
So I'm not saying we need to get rid of like books we want to read or anything else. I just think that like strategically it could be placed in a different spot or in a different way that would be a little bit easier to get to. Or the things that we don't use to be put away basically all the time. Like, I'm thinking about, like, do I need to have the blender on the counter?
No.
Like, this week I might be using it, but, like, also, I might just make one big smoothie and parse them out.
Nice.
So.
Gonna be on that food grind tomorrow or what?
Yeah, probably. That's the thing about trying to work out and having enough energy for that is like really trying to like hit your protein goals. And if you have no idea what you're eating, it's just like it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and eat, unseasoned turkey breast for the rest of my life. One, I just think
meat.
Yeah, I don't eat meat. Two, no thank you. It's like
I mean, that sounds
flavorless and
gross.
disgusting. Yeah.
Turkey sucks.
Chicken.
Yeah, some dried, unflavored chicken.
Poultry in general, I have no interest. But yeah, so I just did a little bit of. That's what I did before I watered the plants. I was going through figuring out what my protein would be if I had the same thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Nice.
On the
I
days
was
we
playing
work
some
out.
Chivalry too. What's up, Hazel?
Oh, we've been playing Uncharted.
Oh yeah, shit. We beat the first two. We're on the last one. Not the last game, but of the original 3.
Yeah, we got the
first 3.
They were on sale for $10 on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, for all of them.
And so the Nathan Drake collection. So we did Uncharted 1, and then we played through. We just finished a couple days ago, Among Thieves, and now we're playing the third one, which is called.
I don't know. The first one's Drake's Fortune.
Oh well.
The third one is I don't know.
Drake's Fortune number 3.
Yeah. Uncharted 3.
Yeah, honestly. So we just started that one yesterday.
We're already on like chapter 5 or 6
Yeah.
out of 22. So
That's what we did on our Snowpocalypse week, which we talked about last episode as we
yeah, at nighttime we just play that game.
Yeah, he get off work, we ate dinner, and then
We played Uncharted. Pretty good.
Speaking of old games, I've been playing Mass Effect. Because I bought also the 3 Mass Effect games on the Xbox store for like no money like a while ago, and I started playing them and got through like half of the second one and then forgot, and then remembered the other day and I was like, oh, that exists. So I've been playing that too. But Uncharted, fun.
What's your favorite
Very
part
fun
of the Uncharted series?
I like the puzzles, which is this part that you hate the most. I also think that the mechanics for shooting is really simple. Sometimes games like the aiming and shooting part is so dumb. Like Fallout, for instance, has really terrible
Dude, those games
shooting
the
mechanics.
combat in those games suck.
Bad.
Yeah.
So, Fallout 4 was a lot better. But Fallout 3 in New Vegas, basically impossible if you don't use VATS.
Stupid. Oblivion and Morrowind, Skyrim too. The combat is just not the sharpest point of the game.
Yeah.
You like Uncharted's combat though? Point and shoot, basically.
Yeah, it's, 'cause you're right. In Morrowind, in Skyrim or Morrowind or any of those games, I'm always a hand-to-hand person because aiming and shooting with like a bow and arrow is just difficult.
Yeah. I do the sneaky arrow guys because it's fucking.
I feel like once you're found out, you can't sneaky arrow anymore because people are moving around and it's like your aim isn't like, oh, bang, over here, bang. It's like, oh, there you are. You moved. You moved again.
The trick is you just don't get found out.
I guess so.
I've only ever beat Skyrim like once though, and it was like in 2019, fucking 20 years after it came out.
Yeah, my thing with Skyrim was like enchanting items and making
that's a move.
Yeah, and like crafting new items, purchasing things like that, making coin that way, getting new things, and then speech, which is also how I survived the bad combat in Fallout. Charisma.
You know what part of Skyrim I love is the illusion magic branch, because you can like conjure cool ass weapons and like little demon people to fight for you and stuff.
Oh,
it's awesome.
I gotta play through that again. That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
I honestly, because I still have like a character on our Xbox, I think. Yeah. I am only on like the 3rd task. I went through every single side quest.
Yeah, that's.
So I own all the homes. I am the Jarl of this one place. I have, like, I'm in allegiance with a bunch of places except for that one crazy stone town. And that's because of, whatchamacallit. I think there's, like, a mission that you go through. Like, they liked me enough to do whatever. It's fine. But I just got, like, what is it, Dragon's Breath or something like that?
The Words of Power?
Yeah, the Words of Power. I just started that. So I've basically done the entire game, and now I'm learning how to do the dragon speak.
God, that game was incredible when it came out.
I do think it's pretty funny because I'm a big Fallout person. That's like my favorite video game, and I've played through New Vegas 3 and 4 like multiple times. And like in those games, if you go to like certain things aren't available to you until you get to a certain level, sure, whatever. But if you go too far into the storyline, certain side quests aren't available for you anymore.
Oh.
So I'm just triggered by that.
Yeah, that's annoying. I feel like a lot of games do that where it's like, oh, you lost access to this. It's like, what? I didn't
even have it.
Yeah.
When did I have access?
Stupid.
So,
what's your least favorite part of Uncharted?
When you try to run up to hide.
Yeah.
Sometimes it puts you on the other side of where you're supposed to be standing or want to stand, or sometimes you just roll.
Yeah.
It's like tap. I'm tapping.
Yeah.
We honestly, our biggest joke throughout the entire thing is just like, oh, the game mechanics on this.
I said it seriously one time. She started making fun of me because I like couldn't get him to jump. Or there's like parts where you're climbing and it'll like change the camera angle to be all fucking
I was going to say that's your least favorite, isn't it? When you're running in the platformer, it just changes the angle and then you have to change the direction of the joystick very quickly.
So one time I died and I was like, it's these game mechanics. And ever since then, she's been like, it's just the mechanics, the game mechanics.
Oh, and the way we were playing, because it's not 2-player, is we take turns. So every chapter or every time one of us dies,
which is pretty frequent, surprisingly. Yeah. We play it on easy and we still die all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meh, whatever, we're old.
I'm not playing it because I want to be strategic,
just
and
literally
be angry.
Trying to have fun at the end of the day. Yeah.
That's the other thing is like I don't need to prove to anyone that I'm good at video games. I'm just trying to blow off some steam.
Yeah, I just want to literally murder 1,000 bad guys.
Yeah.
My favorite is the sniper rifle.
Every time it's just like, oh babe, are you gonna grab that? Are you gonna grab that sniper?
Well, it's like I didn't know it was ever gonna happen, and then the first time it happened, I was like, I've been waiting for this, dude.
I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, exactly. It's so fun, dude. Some dude's like got a little laser beam on your head, and then you fucking kill him, and then he falls out of the building. One time I shot a dude in the head who had a rocket launcher, blew up the whole building. If you've played the
Hell
game,
yeah.
you'll probably know what I'm talking about.
My favorite thing is when you shoot someone and then they drop a grenade.
And then it blows up. Oh my god, I love that. We got an award for it. I can't remember what it was. You know, like the Xbox trophies or...
Well, the same with the PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation. Whatever it is. The little trophy notification thing. It's like, ooh.
We blew up 4 people at one time with a bomb, and we
That
got a trophy for that too. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Quad Dino or something.
Yeah. Dynamite.
Yeah. I will say the shooting someone who drops a grenade and then blows everyone else up, that is sweet. It's hard to beat that feeling.
Yeah. Especially when they didn't die. Like, you just kind of, like, pistol them in, like, one of the arms or something like that.
Yeah.
And they just kind of... Yeah. That's my
pretty
favorite.
awesome.
The freaking, like, monster creation things.
Those are dumb.
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
like Jason. Like, you just can't kill him.
Yeah. Well, and it's like you're already fighting a bad guy and hunting for a treasure. Do we have to add some sort of weird monster into every game?
And what's...
Like, it's not enough that we're
Yeah.
already fighting, like, some psychopath warlord?
For real. Who also is invincible and you can't kill.
Yeah, well, it's because he drank the same stuff that the monster people were drinking.
Well, in the first one, if you kill him... Well, if you try to... It's that guy's, like, henchman. And you, like... He, like, goes the chopper to get to Elena. You have to,
In
like,
the first
follow
one,
him.
it's the vampire things.
No, I know, but then the warlord
Yeah.
is that guy. And if you try to
Oh, yeah,
kill
when
him...
he runs away.
Then
Yeah.
you just die immediately.
Oh, he's literally in, like, the whole... See, this is what we're talking about. The mechanic is he can't die in that part. You have to kill everyone around him, and then he runs away to, like, the next little checkpoint thing.
But they don't tell you
Yeah,
that.
they don't say that. They just let you get murdered 1,000 times trying to kill this guy. And then you're like, oh,
Ridiculous.
if you kill everyone, he moves.
Yeah, the first time that happened, we're like, oh.
I don't know.
And then at the
Maybe
end
we're
part-
just really stupid.
You have to, like, move from one box to the other box to the other box, and then you have to run at him. And if you
I
try to
figured that
shoot
out.
him, he'll kill you immediately. So he figured that out pretty
I
quickly.
don't think you go that way. I said,
Pretty sure you do. He, like, knocks a gun out of your hand, and then he's like, no, run up. And then you're supposed to, like, melee him and
Yeah.
melee.
Engage him in
Whatever.
hand-to-hand combat. I don't know. I'm not going to risk saying that word. I can't even say words I know.
I'm just saying, I have been made fun of for saying that word wrong, but I had only ever read it. I think
Melee?
melee.
I don't know.
It doesn't really matter to me.
It's dumb. It's a dumb word anyway.
Fuck that word.
Yeah. Fucking
Such a
hand-to-hand
stupid
combat sounds
word.
way cooler.
Hand to hand. Mano y mano.
Yeah, that's right, dude.
Yeah.
What
So we've
one's-
been having fun doing that.
Yeah, dying a bunch.
Yeah. A game is fun and, like, not very stressful sometimes, depending. But it's
You
just
get
like
stressed out. There's parts that they try to make stressful, like when
it's
you're
the
running.
music,
Yeah,
and then it's like the warlord's doing its thing, and it's just like,
yeah. She can't handle the
oh,
heat.
I need to get out of the kitchen.
Yeah. Or like when stuff is collapsing and you have to run on it, and you're like, "Ah!"
I do. I'm one of those people who, as I'm playing a game, I will yell and scream. Not really scream, but I will yell. Ah! That's
I
me.
suck at the puzzles though, so it's whatever. I literally will try something and it won't work, and I'll be like, I fucking give up, dude. Here you go.
Well, I'll be doing stuff, and I'll jump off to try to jump on something else, and, like, he's just not in, like, the exact spot he's supposed to be in to get there. And so I'll be like, okay, I died. And I'm like, I guess you don't go that way. And
then I
then
do it first try.
Reese is like, no, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you do. It's right there.
That's
And
actually
yeah,
my
first
favorite.
try.
That's my favorite part of the game is
So
when you're like,
stupid.
it's not that way, and then I go that way, and it is that way.
Because I went that way and it killed me.
Yeah, that's the highlight for me.
It's the mechanics.
I think next we should play Last of Us.
Yeah, I think so too. That's another game that frequently you can die, and it's chapter based. So
Well, I saw a clip of someone playing the second one, and they were like laying under something, and they shot someone in the kneecap and then shot him in the face, and I was like, yeah, I want to play that.
I've played the first one, but not the second one. And the first one, I will say, I played solo. It was very fun.
There's like 5 of them, and I think two or 3 of them are remasters. I don't know.
There's 5 of them?
Well, it's just the 2 games, but there's like 2 or 3 separate remasters.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
they like originally came out on what system?
PlayStation 2 or 3?
PlayStation.
Yeah. I think it was actually, no. It was
3.
PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
'Cause
same as Uncharted.
I used to have a PlayStation 3, and I only got it for playing The Last of Us. Yeah.
So I think they remastered it for the PS4, and then they did another one for the PS5. Pretty crazy. What a game. What a system to have in place. Be like, we're just going to make one really good game. And then we're just going to remake it for different consoles.
I mean, honestly. But it is a really good game.
We'll see. We'll play it next. We still have to beat Uncharted.
We'll beat it in a couple of days. We'll probably get done with this podcast episode and
Play it a little bit
yeah.
tonight. There's actually 2 more Uncharted, but we can skip them for now. Play The Last of Us.
Yeah, that's
We've been
fair.
playing a lot of Uncharted.
Need a break.
I want to get you into playing Chivalry with me. You die in that game all the time.
See, I'm not really into online games like that. Like Fallout had
yeah.
one, and that one sucked.
Well, it's not. I'm not
Mm-mm.
really into like normally online games like Call of Duty and all that shit. But
Me
playing
either.
with
Halo
swords
2.
is fun, dude.
I'll give it a shot.
Also, when you hit someone and you like cut them in half or something, it's pretty sick. The least favorite part for me is you'll spend some time running to get up to a group, and then some dude will just run up behind you and kill you immediately. That's frustrating.
Well.
But the rest of it's sick.
All right.
Yeah.
What are you reading lately?
What am I reading? I still have all my Native American history books. I haven't finished any of them.
Sick.
I've been reading my Louis L'Amour book, Louis L'Amour.
I tried to find some Louis L'Amour books at the thrift today and could
There
not find
weren't any.
anything. Yeah.
Because he's awesome. People are
I
like, you're
don't-
not getting rid of my Louis L'Amour. I don't know.
I feel like I also just don't know where to look for him. So I try to find the L's in literally I go mystery, sci-fi, and Western, fiction. And then sometimes I'll look in other sections like bestsellers, new released. I'm just because people just put them everywhere. I should start looking in reference too. I feel like
Yeah, I mean, he should be in the Westerns.
he should be, but he's
That's where I found his
Yeah.
book that I'm reading that's not even a Western.
no
It
for
was in the
sure.
Western section.
I feel like I'm pretty ill prepared to go through the books sometimes because they're
That's where my-
alphabetized.
Yeah.
The Goodwill workers are really doing the Lord's work by alphabetizing those books. Does they also the clothing? It's color coordinated and it's sized.
Yeah.
I mean, just
I go through the books every time we're there. Most of the time, though, the book section sucks. Every once in a while, though, you'll find
Yeah.
a cool thing. I got a Watchmen.
yeah.
I got Watchmen at the Goodwill. And I got some other art book that I had wanted for like years at the Goodwill.
I almost got a copy of Such a Fun Age, and it would have been $2, but I left it there because I was like, I just got a book on the Kindle. I have a book that got delayed because of the ice storm on Amazon, and then the Kindle book is actually from Libby, so it's a library book. And then I have an audiobook I'm trying to finish, also from Libby. But I was like, that's like three books in the hole right now. Get another one. It's just gonna sit there for who knows how
Yeah,
long.
that's me with all my Native American history ones right now. I'm like, I gotta get back into these. They're super good.
Yeah.
I just haven't been reading a lot lately. Too much video gaming.
Yeah. I'm reading. I just started. Oh my gosh, is it Lightlark?
Yeah, it is Lightlark.
Lightlark.
I know that because we share our Kindle library, and I
Yeah.
saw it in there.
So I just got that from Libby from our local library as an ebook.
Shout out to libraries.
Woo!
Honestly, though, free books. It's pretty sick.
And you don't have to store them anywhere.
Yeah. The problem is a lot of times they don't have what you're looking for. At least that's been my experience.
Or you have to wait 10 weeks to get it.
Yeah. I want to read this book. All right. Come back in 6 months.
That's like a lot of the books I want to read right now are like that. So
Still, it's a free service, so
yeah,
pretty cool, but definitely some drawbacks.
I'm only on like chapter. I just started reading it because my other book was delayed, so I was like, okay, well, it's fine. So I just started reading it, so I don't know if I like it or not. My audiobook, I'm about halfway done, and I feel committed to finish it because I only have half of the book to listen to now, but I'm not really enjoying it. It's called Assassin's Blade.
Ooh.
I'm really into like the chick lit fantasy books right now.
The romanticises.
I'm really into them. They're my
Yeah.
new hyperfixation. And the book that got delayed is the second book in the Throne of Glass series, which is not called that, but it's the first book, so I'm gonna go ahead and.
Do you know? I guess you don't know what the series is
I
called.
don't, but
Fair
it's part of the SJM multiverse universe, whatever.
Multiverse, dude. Do books really need multiverses?
It's not really. There's people say it's her universe. It's like her books, because
okay.
people say when you start on one of the books in her series, you automatically get suckered into 16 books.
I'm so sick of that. Well, we talked.
But it's 3 different series, but she's writing all of them in tandem.
Gotcha.
Well, not really in tandem. She's writing the Crescent City series right now.
talked about like Brandon Sanderson.
I still have not read him.
You don't. Not that you need to. I'm just.
Well,
He's got like a million books, and it's like now it's like they're all connected, and it's the multiverse of madness of Sanderson, and I'm like, do we need that?
that's how I feel
Does
about
anyone need that?
Taylor Swift.
What happened to like just good books?
I hope no one comes for me for saying that. But yeah.
I love Taylor Swift, so
I love her too, but I'm not a Swiftie like everyone else is. And like I just don't care about her songs being related, or if the song is about this ex-boyfriend, or she said midnight in every single album and now that's her Easter egg for this newest album.
Who is telling you this stuff?
The Swifties.
Who?
Literally every single one of them. Literally after this, go and Google Taylor Swift Easter egg. I swear to God.
I mean, I'm not going to because I don't care.
Swifties, report in the comments.
Yeah.
Defend me.
If you like us and Taylor Swift,
I would
let us
definitely,
know.
if it weren't taking away a seat from someone who genuinely would just enjoy it far more than I would love to see her live, just because I've heard the concerts are insane.
Yeah, they're probably billion-dollar affairs. They probably are sick
With
as
the
fuck.
outfits and everything. But anyway, yeah, I do think it's kind of just wildly insane.
Dude, speaking of pop stars, Drake.
I love Drake.
Well,
Is he canceled? Maybe I don't
No.
love Drake.
just if you would let me finish, I would tell you.
No! Go ahead.
In the UFC, they say he's got a curse because everyone he bets on loses. He bet on Sean Strickland $700,000. Sean Strickland lost by decision. This is like the 5th time it's happened. I saw a meme. You know the scene in Breaking Bad where Jesse's like, he can't keep getting away with this. It was a picture of that. It was just like every time I see Drake bet. Yeah, it's him. There's a guy called Brendan Shaw, Chael Sonnen, who's a pro MMA guy, used to be. He has a YouTube channel and he picks people, and every time he picks someone, they lose.
Oh
He's
my
like, this guy's gonna win.
gosh.
But yeah, Drake, he tweeted out, it like pops up or whatever on the feed on the pay-per-view,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
because they all have like these online gambling sponsorships now, which is like, I don't know how that's not illegal. Super fucked up.
None of my business.
But whatever. Anyway, so it pops up on the pay-per-view and it's like, Drake just placed $700,000. And one of the announcers started laughing, and he was laughing at the other guy. He's like, oh, you're shaking your head. And he's like, he should spend his money on something else. He should stop wasting it on this. Because, like, the sport's really unpredictable. So betting on it is, like, kind of a fool's errand. Anyway, fun fact. If you see Drake place a bet on someone, they're gonna fucking lose.
Booyah. So anyway, I did go through Libby, and I have put holds out for a bunch of books that I'd like to read or listen to. Mostly read, because a lot of the books that I want to read right now, due to the fact that they are very popular and everyone else is also obsessed with romanticies right now.
Well, and don't libraries just have like they only have like
limited
a certain
stock.
number?
Yeah, they only have a license for like a couple books at a
time. Even on the digital ones, which is like, how? What? Why are we limiting the number of books libraries can give out?
It's because of the licensing of the book. It's kind of like music streaming services. Like they pay for the licensing of those songs to be listened to. People get them residuals.
But it's never like, oh, too many fans are listening to Taylor Swift. You can't listen to her right now. Why is it?
I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
I don't. I just know it's a licensing thing.
Well, it's also just like, should we really be not encouraging people to read, like in America? You know what I'm saying? Should we really be trying to limit that access?
I agree with you. I'm on your side.
Just my 2 cents. Vote for Reese. He'll fix libraries.
He'll fix libraries.
Books and for everyone.
You
for
get a book,
free.
Ken.
Yeah.
You get a book, Ken. You, and they're not 21 days. They're 50 days.
Oh yeah, that's the other dude. One time I got a Brandon Sanderson book on loan. It was actually the last one I read.
And it's like 900 pages, right?
Yeah, it's like 1,000 pages, and they're like, you have 20 days starting now. And I'm like,
that's yeah.
Okay, I'll try, dude. I
so
wound up stopping reading it anyway. It didn't matter, but it's still kind of funny. I think. Also, I think I got a delivery.
Nice.
I think that's why River was barking.
There's Game of Thrones. I've been wanting to read that series, right?
You should read it. Let me know if you like it. I read the first one. I was not
A Song of
impressed.
Fire and Ice.
I don't know, dude. A Song of Sucking Dicks. It wasn't that good, I don't think.
Well, anyway, so the audiobook version of that is just called Game of Thrones. And I don't really know. Maybe it's a different book that I'm thinking of, but it's, got like the HBO, like, art on there or whatever else for the series. Anyway.
I love that, dude. When they like reprint books with the like film or movie stuff, I'm like,
yeah,
that's based on the book. What are you guys doing?
Yeah. Makes it seem like it's the opposite. It's Fahrenheit 491.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Fahrenheit
491.
451.
451. I don't know.
That was 491. Ray Bradbury.
It's whatever temperature paper ignites, right?
Yes.
It's whatever that is. That's the name of the book.
It was a joy to burn.
Yeah,
that's how it starts. It was a joy to burn. Yeah. It's a good book. Read it a couple times. Anyway, but that's that.
That's that.
That's that. Oh, 36 hours. I was like, how am I going to listen to a book that's 36 hours within 21 days when I only listen to audiobooks when I'm doing chores or driving by myself? I can't work under these conditions.
Yeah. It is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. That's like two full days of listening, basically, without sleeping one of those days.
Pretty wild.
So that's like a 3-day listen if that's all you do. But if you only listen for like an hour or two a day, even at like 1.5 times speed, which is how I listen to audiobooks,
it's ridiculous.
It's how I pay attention. Yo, I'm just saying.
I've heard it like play when your phone disconnects. And I'm like, I can't even stand it.
So, the only time I slow it down is if something important happens and I have to rewind it, or if the person narrating it has an accent that I don't quite understand at that speed. Like if they have a British accent, or if they're doing voices for some people don't do voices, I guess, as like wildly, and some people have like full-on personalities for their voices.
Yeah, some people
characters.
are like actors,
like
almost.
really get into it.
Yeah.
But anyway, That's one of the things I don't like about the Assassin's Blade audiobook is the person who's narrating it is just so like, this is the thing that's happening and they said this. Da da da, said this person.
That's how every
Da da da,
audiobook
she
sounds to
responded.
me.
It's just like so monotone, and it's like that's great and everything. However, having someone read it with like, I don't know, with emotion or anything else, like actually like an actor or whatever else, it like helps create the scene in your mind.
Some of them have like sound effects and shit. I
can't with those.
I can't with any of them.
There's one of the let's see here. It's the one about Nesta in the you don't know.
Yeah.
One of those. It's the book with Faye, the crown of
the fairy sex.
Yeah, that one.
Kotar.
A Kotar. I don't know why. But one of those books. It's like the newest of those books. It has a dramatized audiobook. So there's an actor for every single character. There's a narrator and there's sound effects.
You don't like that? It sounds like a way better version to me.
Okay, all I have to say is there's sound effects, and you just said it's about fairy sex.
Oh, well, you got me there.
It's just like...
I guess there's a Stephen King book that he did the audio for where he has to read about a woman having an orgasm. I don't know what book it is, but maybe something shouldn't be an audiobook format, you know?
I mean, and not to say that it was not necessarily worth listening to, but
Macaroni in a pot. This wet ass fairy.
Because I'll tell it to you how it is. I couldn't listen to the whole book within 21 days, and so I had a hold on the dramatized version of it. And there's 2 parts, right? So I didn't even know where I'd be in the first or second part. So I had to I got both of them at some point, and then had to find my spot. And then 5 days later, I got the book back, and I just had to go back to where I was in the book. You know what I mean? I just it's just not the same. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
And that would be a way better version than if there was that kind of reading and that kind of emphasis or sound effect or whatever else. That'd be way better than who I'm listening to right now with Assassin's Blade.
All I can think about is must just sound like when we're laying in bed and one of the girls starts to lick themselves.
No, it's just the characters moan and grunt.
Hard pass.
And then you can hear doors opening, closing, footsteps, rain, thunder.
That stuff sounds cool.
Yeah. It's not you don't hear sound effects of illicit things.
Just the groans that follow.
Yeah. There's no wet kissing sounds.
Nice. On that note, we can wrap this up.
An awkward thing to wrap it up on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's gotta be a title in there somewhere.
Macaroni in a pot. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Why? That's perfect.
It's the mechanics.
Oh, that's a good one, dude.
Yeah.
It's just the mechanics.
It's the mechanics.
Nice.
All right. You beautiful people.
Go listen to some smut books. See what you like.
If y'all are here and y'all are listening and y'all want us to talk about something, I guess y'all could put that in the comments.
Yeah.
Up to you. We're pretty opinionated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And we have dogs.
I'm down to talk about whatever.
Yeah.
We used to plan these out a lot more, and then I was like, nah, fuck that.
I feel like the content that we have is a lot better.
Yeah, we do better without the planning, I think.
Yeah.
I think when it's planned, it just is too, I don't know.
Rigid?
I don't know. We're just not good at it, I guess. Different strokes for
just
different
not meant
folks.
to be podcasters.
Well, this is our podcast. This is what we're doing.
Joking, you know. I think that having there's so many topics, sure, but it's just sometimes there's just not that much to say about a certain topic.
True.
That, and I think the girls like it when we just talk to each other with microphones in our hands. They get really excited about it. They don't really care when we're talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
However.
Well, anyway.
Okay, bye.